Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my fourth quarter goals for the remainder of the year. So that's going to be October, November, and December. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Janelle. I am a wife and a mother of one, and I do all things budgeting. I also include work week lunches, grocery hauls, meal planning, and lifestyle videos. So if that is something that you're interested in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you are not new, welcome back. So I did a video like this back in July. I was doing sort of like a budget recap, seeing what I wanted to do for the remainder of the year. There were some goals that I wanted to be able to accomplish, so I kind of want to go over those pretty quickly and then talk about what I want to do to close out the fourth quarter, because each month, each week, each day, y'all, things change, your budget changes. And so therefore you also need to adjust. So maybe something you wanted to do last quarter or even at the beginning of the year is no longer where your budget or your life is heading. And so you need to adjust to that. So I am using this template from the Budget Mom to just kind of write and review these things with you all. So to start off with, I jotted down, I think there was five, but I think the other one I didn't really care about, sort of, kind of. But I had four goals that I wanted to accomplish for the remainder of the year. So the first goal was my personal Christmas savings. I wanted to save $300 by November the 15th. Yay, y'all, I was able to go ahead and do that. And I'm actually going to show you guys in my budget bag here that I was able to accomplish that pretty much at the beginning of October. You guys will see on 10/5, I was doing like a savings challenge and I did $250 for Christmas, and then I already had $63. So I'm at $313 already saved for Christmas. I may add a few dollars more, but I told myself I'm not going to put myself in debt for Christmas, especially in what's going on in the world. So that goal was accomplished. So yay for me. Then next we had my personal buffer. So because I get paid weekly, I don't really need, at the moment I thought that I didn't really need to be a month ahead on my bills, but I did just want to have a buffer, because the way that I do my budget is that I budget for the month and then I do paychecks for that month, and then I close it out, so there's no money from that month moving over to the next month. So I wanted to be able to have a buffer for those times where, let's say, my next paycheck is on the 5th of a following month and I have a bill that's due on the 3rd. That buffer would be able to cover it until I got paid. So that goal was to get to $160 by the end of October, and we are at the beginning of October, y'all, and I can say I've already completed that goal. My buffer that I actually rolled over into October was $178. Next was my household emergency fund. I do have my playlist for my budget videos, my work week lunches and grocery hauls, and a home series in the description box if you guys want to check them out and catch up on my videos. I did talk about where I had to use some money out of my household emergency fund to cover an emergency, and so that took away a lot of money out of my goal of getting to $2,000 for that emergency fund by the end of December. So we're going to be reworking that and showing you what the new goal will be. And then lastly, I had my household buffer, which was to put an extra $500 into that account. I think I did $400 or $425 so far, so I think I was short like 75. But right now things have changed. I think the account is okay for this second, and if I can, through the different savings challenges that I'm doing, put more money into there, then I will do so. So I completed 50% of what I wanted to complete for the end of the year. So now let's get into what my new goals are for this last quarter. Oh, and actually, this first goal that I wanted to do was also a goal that I'm continuing to do from July, which is my personal mini savings. So I am doing a monthly savings goal, which will give me $2,382 at the end of the year. And it's through a savings challenge. And the goal is to, of course, get there by 12/31. And y'all, this goal, once I get here, originally it was just going to stay as savings. However, now it's going to cover or help go towards debt and my January car insurance. Because, of course, the insurance money that I'm saving now is not going to be enough for January. This will, after I in my head, the way that I divvied it up, it will still leave me some money to stay in savings. So it'll actually just be able to do all three things. So that is what this goal is. So that's why if you guys are watching my videos, I am making sure that monthly goal is done because it is going to make my life a lot easier at the beginning of the new year. Next is going to be my household emergency fund, also going to be renamed my rainy day fund. And so, y'all, I've been looking at my budget and the way that I have been doing things, and we have several accounts between the three of us. But for our household account, we have a credit union here in Texas, and that is a checking and a savings account. And then more recently in September, we opened up an online bank with Ally Bank, and that also has a checking and a savings account. All of our sinking funds are currently in that Ally savings account using their bucket system so that we can get a little bit of interest on those savings because y'all, inflation is real. We're currently not using the checking account for anything, but we'll eventually do so. But with our credit union, we don't get a lot of interest with our savings, so I don't want to save too much money in there. So my new goal for our yearly for our rainy day funds is going to actually be 1,500. We may still at some point get it to 2,000, but what I'm getting at is this rainy day fund is going to be for quick, easy access to money. So if we needed to go and run and get cash to pay something, we still have an actual bank that is there and has an ATM and we can quickly go to it. And then at the beginning of next year, I will officially start our real emergency fund that will sit in that savings account and build and build and build and build and grow interest on it. So that is what's going to be the difference between like our mini emergency fund or emergency fund 1 and 2, or whatever I decide to go back and forth and call it. But that is my new goal. And based on what I currently have in the account plus my savings challenges, I will need about $86 per month, which is the next 3 months, to get to that goal of $1,500. So I'm not doing that bad, y'all, but you just never know what will happen. But it'll make me feel good to at least have that money in there for any emergencies, because it seems like these last 3 months, y'all, or the way that these last couple of months are going, it's just things are popping up left and right. Now, my next goal is to, this doesn't really have like goals, but I want to try, y'all, and I'm gonna say try, but I'm going to try and build my household sinking funds, especially the important ones. One of the things that I've been trying to do over the last several months is save, because that is one of the reasons why I got into debt. Is I'm not saving the money that I need for my everyday life, and so therefore I'm putting it on a credit card. Now, I have been doing very well with saving, although things have come up in the world that just required me to use a credit card. Now, the good thing is that I only have technically one revolving credit card that has a debt, and then everything else is just stuff I can't add on to really. So I'm really happy in that sense. But I do want to build my household fund, especially things like my home maintenance. I want to be able to have money in there. So when we get into the new year, these things are automated and I can just put money in there and take money out to cover those expenses instead of putting money onto a credit card. Because starting January 1st, 2023, we will not be using any credit cards to add debt onto, if I may say. So y'all may see a couple of dollars being added to my Amex credit card, but I promise you it's not something I'm purposely trying to put myself into a hold, but it's to get myself ahead, and then I will be where I need to be. So going forward, I don't have to get there, but this is definitely a goal that I want to get ahead on by the end of the year, so that going into the new year, we are in a better, position. My fourth goal is, I've been thinking about this, y'all. I want to build an inflation buffer. And this is going to be for my cashless cash envelopes. I have seen that the last 2 weeks, I have been going over in my budgets, which is not normal for me, but I think it's just because I talked about this last week or in my week 1 check-in, or my week 2 maybe, that you guys will see probably after this video, or I think I already showed it, y'all. Actually, I think I already showed it about how my freezer was empty. I didn't realize I was eating through and doing so well with there being food in my freezer that now there's no food in the freezer. And I needed to stock back up in order to stay on budget with certain things. And so, each week I may go over $5, $6, but to avoid having to dig out money out of my regular paycheck to paycheck that's not budgeted, if I had just an inflation buffer of $100 a month, that would then in turn help me with those small little overages that I may go over, and then I can just refill it at any time, to keep that buffer in place. So that is something that I do want to accomplish. The goal is really just $100. I'm not going over by hundreds of dollars. So that would put me at about $33, $34 a month for the next 3 months to get there by 12/31. But y'all, if I can get this done even by the end of October, that would be really, really good. This is just a small, quick and easy thing to just help offset once again some of those expenses. I feel like I'm doing like all these crazy little things, but I think like those are the things that are helping me get to eventually the goal that I want to. Some people can just save their money or say they're only going to spend this money and then they're good to go, and then others can't. So that's why I love budgeting, because it is personal and you can do what works for you and your household. And last but not least, this is a personal, but it is a non-financial goal. Oh, I spelled that wrong. And that is to focus on my health, wellness, and self-care. And I think this is the most important thing, because with all that we are doing, whether you're a mom or you're a wife or you're single, you're a career person, you're building a business or you own your own business or going to school, whatever it is, I feel sometimes we get so caught up in all of those things, all of our daily duties, that we forget about ourselves, y'all. And because of that, we get into a point where we just crash. And we're trying to figure out why it is that we crash. And then we go and look and we realize that we've been pouring into everyone else and everything else that we're not pouring into ourselves. And so during this holiday season, I want to remember myself, to take care of myself, whether it's my mental health, my physical health, my emotional health, to take care of my body and to continue to eat well, to exercise and give myself grace, because I know for me, I try to do it all, y'all. I try to be the perfect mom, the perfect wife, the perfect worker, and I try to do so much. And sometimes I need to just stop what I'm doing and just take a deep breath. And my husband tells me all the time that I need to relax. Like literally a couple of days ago, I'm just like freaking out because I'm like, the house needs to be clean. This needs to be done. This. And my husband's like, Janelle, I am here. Calm down. I know you want it to be done now, which I think is a me problem. I want things done now and not later. And just know that it's gonna get done. Just take your time. I'm always like in a rush sometimes to get things done instead of just like slowly taking my time and doing stuff. So this is like a huge priority for me, y'all, over these next couple of months, is just taking my time, getting things done, and also not forgetting about me, but taking care of myself. So I hope you guys are doing that, or thinking about also finding time for yourself in this season. So these are going to be my fourth quarter goals, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.